Alright, hello Espers. This is Reborn Gaianen, who is starting a video series that I think people will be interested in, talking about different arsenals. You can see the arsenal name. I'm calling this Collected Dust, because that's the weird title that Ubiquitous uses in the single player to refer to skills, which is what we're talking about here. This is an arsenal that was submitted to me by Evolution. He says this is his straight up best arsenal. And I thought I'll start with something that's good and really figure out what makes it tick. First, I'm going to talk about what this arsenal does. We see 3 swords. These 3 swords tell me that I'm going to be up in their face. With Blazing Bullet, it definitely says I want some early aggression. Venom Fang, Rian, and Will-O-Wisp are a good trio that makes combo attacks possible, where you change up timing to either have one hit a shield and the other hit directly, or both hit the shield at the same time to possibly pop a shield that you don't have enough damage to destroy. The early rush concept seems to follow with Angel's Wing, Glacier Wall, 2 Flash Holes, no defenses that block more than 4, no defenses that cost more than 3. We want to grab something quick, grab a Blazing Bullet, a sword if we can, and just go at him. If it gets to late game, we have a Stimulate, Diabolical Trick, Return to Nature as our Play Fair skill. We want to make sure that they don't do anything we can't deal with, or if they armor us, our Stimulate. A Healing Water seems to be an acceptance to, hey, Blazing Bullet might run out of juice. It's a 1-of in here. And an Orb because you don't want to get erased. We don't have a reverse or another course defense, and we wouldn't want to lose our skills or our level here. Alright, it's recording, by the way. We're going to switch 1 map per game. Best of luck.
Alright, cool.
I'm running a Dazzle, Decoy, Backdraft Bullet kind of arsenal.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Since I noticed they were jumpers, or at least one of them was.
Yep, we got Gamer as a jumper, and Noob Slayer is playing no, so he's a jumper too. Alright, I've got Lightning Sword Flash Hole at the moment.
I'm ready to go with Dragon Bullet Gravity Press.
Alright, Hextech's coming this way. Let's see if we can do
I
something.
see him.
Illusion.
Oh, forgot. That's a damn Illusion of Death. God damn it. Oh, I don't have enough aura.
And I won't be able to knock him down, probably. I physically can, but I'd rather eat a Fire Gehenna that I could dodge.
I thought about hitting the Gravity Press on you, just to be fucking awesome.
Do you want me to get rid of that fire, given the opportunity?
Well, I mean, I would say yes, but that kind of seemed like an obvious answer.
Well, I could save the flash hole to get little stuff, or I could take the fire right now. Note the commentary where I'm going to talk about wanting a turbulence. Yeah, that wasn't worth my defense either. But I'm going to leave now. Oh god. Okay, I'm having a bad time. It's okay. It's very important to me to take video of bad times too.
But you just got wrecked.
Yeah, it was just like fire illusion, fire, bad things, swarm loss. Besides being off blazing, I'm actually not in a bad place. Kia Road is on fire.
Alright.
They've got no attacks. Can we just go full aggressive?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh. Alright, let me attack first. Backdraft if he jumps, sort of. Oh. Using the last use of Rian every time. We are on Highway.
Alright.
Trying to think what could be fun. This could be fun. Let's do this.
I like fun. I possibly hear a crying baby.
Yeah, my wife is babysitting for some of well, really my best friends.
Gotcha.
You want me to mute the mic?
No, it's cool. It's not like loud. He's on no aura, so I'm just gonna, you know, take advantage for a minute.
Alright. I got something for you.
He's on Octolaser, by the way. Gamer here.
I saw that.
Could be minorly dangerous. I'm gonna get one of them shields.
Oh, please destroy it. Oh, damn it.
There's a chance of me blocking this Octolaser and not losing Flash Hole. It's not very high, especially if he Excaliburs me. But, you know. Alright, want to Excalibur me again? He does. Cool. That's perfect. If he shoots that at me, it is gone. Okay.
I get no more this game.
We're on Panorama now, by the way.
My favorite map. Alright, so while we're commentating, I can be heard, right? Or is it just you?
Yeah. So I think I can take
Sweet.
yours out.
So I totally jacked this arsenal from you when you played your match and recorded it.
Oh, yeah? The one you're playing right
So,
now? Is this my Pano
The one I'm
arsenal?
playing. It is.
Okay, cool. Did you, like, see the full arsenal, or did you just guess it?
I kind of replayed the video, tried to pay attention to what you were skipping over.
Gotcha.
There's a little guesswork in it, but let's be honest here, it's not really that difficult of an arsenal to...
Mm-hmm. In some places, there's surprisingly important details. Like, I don't have
Now, I
any,
will say this.
I don't have any level stuff, but I have 3 Mephistos because I'd rather get Opti faster. And that could be
Right.
seen as fragile, but it is how it's currently built. We have a Fortress on Gamer, and I can't really do anything about that. Thinking through the arsenal, I'm going to need Willow or Venom Fang to be able to get through that. But I guess you could do it. A purple unknown. That's a pretty good jump. Ow. That was a bad block. That was all my fault. Okay, his blaster's gone. So, like, how satisfying is Ricochet Laser?
I mean, it really is. I don't know. I would get pissed as fuck if someone did this to me.
Lingering Flame is really annoying. Okay, less so now. That wasn't on purpose.
Dick.
Like, it got unlocked because he died. That happens with Tokyo way more often than I want to admit. Alright, he's frozen. Okay. Good games. We're gonna go down to the city.
Alright, you guys are probably gonna win this because this is my absolute laugh my ass off, but don't ever have a plan on winning Arsenal.
Excellent.
Fucking high speed punch and tiger strength.
It's fun.
It's like hitting people in the face with shield breaker and high speed punch.
I like High Speed Punch. I used to play it kind of like Shield Breaker, honestly. I would like High Speed Punch into, let's say, or a backflow. And if you shoot like 2 punches and they block the first one, the backflow is going to hit them. Because they get that smallish stun. It wasn't very mana efficient. Our friend has purples.
I see that.
Not sure the sort. Some Venom Fang's not going to be helpful right now.
Memory of battle.
He went for the Dragon Slayer Lack, but didn't wait to see if the Dragon Slayer hit. Dangerous. Sometimes useful. Since he is playing a Dragon Slayer Lack arsenal, adapt accordingly.
Thought I had a fucking orb in here, but
Crystallization for the 1 because he has a +1. I love it. He has a fortress. Oh no, I got rid of the fortress. Alright. Well, it's exactly what I wanted to happen. Glad everyone got to see. I would use Freeze Shot for this strategy. I sword on 3, I sword on 4. I sword on 5. Can you get the Opti?
Just so you know, Opti was kind of crucial for me to punch him in the face properly.
I mean, not with the Disremember out, though.
Well, I guess I'll punch you in the face.
I mean, you can if you'd like. I prefer other options. He should have been hitting me. I would have the orb when I was frozen. I sword on 6, I believe, now? 5 or 6.
Finally punched him in the face.
Pretty sure 7 now.
Ow.
Guess I can get rid of an 8-cost ice sword.
I guess.
Beware. Beware. Okay. Alright, let's do some Willow Rian play here. I just did like some kind of dangerous things, so don't die at the moment.
Well, at least I still have pursuit. Hmm.
If that's just a glacial wall, I can just break it straight up. Nice.
Ow.
Alright, allow him to shoot me first. I mean, if you won't, I will attack you. It's fine. But I'm not going up there until one of them's dead. Or that's gone. Both, perhaps.
I'm in the corner. Nope. I'm not up there. You should come get me.
Which corner? Oh, that one? Okay. I
Yeah.
see you. I knew you were in the middle platform. I didn't know if you fell down or not.
Can I use my arsenal yet?
Nope, last one. I was gonna do 5 games.
Okay.
I mean, not the last game, but the last one I'm recording with this arsenal.
Alright.
Invites me to play in his room and then refuses to let me use my favorite arsenal.
It's too bad. It's okay. After we talk, we'll make it better.
Oh, I just fell. Wow, that was embarrassing. Hopefully nobody saw that.
It was seen. All right.
Well, this is gonna be fun. Fire
So-
Gehenna, Tiger Strength, and Backdraft Bullet.
So a commentary that's really important here is people need to be really wary about when they play an optimization. Play it right before you're about to do a thing. Don't play it earlier, or else your opponent will do a thing. Like fall off the map. That's all the shields in my arsenal. That's intriguing.
That hurt.
Right.
Oh my god, that hurt.
Yeah. Thus the argument, never play Opti that isn't needed.
Bro, that was 13 damage I just did to him.
It was quite the damage. Damaging damage.
Another keynote. If you're a jumper, never leave your spawn without a shield.
So
Do
like,
as I say, not as I do.
So, like, interestingly, he fell off. Do you know how I made him fall off? I stood still for 10 seconds and did nothing. People are so antsy. I mean, like, I had a sword. I could have, like, sworded him. I should have sworded him. He's gonna be right next to you. Or up there. You know what? I'm just gonna let you take this away, I guess, huh? Well, these swords are useful. They are not everything I need. Now it is. The other guy's frozen. Photon barrier, you know. Alright.
That's it.
So now I've already played 5 games with this arsenal. And I want to talk about what can we do with this arsenal to maybe make it functional a little better. I'm going to mention that I tried recording a first set, and it ended up being just the issues of tag, partners being unequal, match not being good. Didn't make good games. Played a second set. It was a little uneven. I think it won all the games. I guess I can look. It won 5 out of 7, so I think it won 4 or 5 of the games. Obviously, the other set didn't win as many. How this felt to me. First thought is that I like defenses. People would think as a cartwheeler that defenses don't matter to me. Super wrong. I'm scared of dazzles. I'm scared of disremembers and decoys and crawlers. And I really want to have something to guard myself. I do have defenses. They were cheap. I never felt like I didn't have enough aura to use them. That wasn't a concern. However, when I was confronted with Fire of Gehenna or a +2 reincarnation, I felt very vulnerable. We're playing Nature Faith. Nature has some of the best defenses in the game, namely our Fortress of Iron, Vacuum Wall. We have a Gust. These can deal with a lot of higher damage skills repeatedly, especially Fortress, possibly the best defense in the game. These are absent. Even in Faith, we could hedge and play Dark Hole or Shield of Ages for just a little higher numbers. Note that neither one would actually have helped me with Fire of Gehenna, but Fortress would have, or August. Now, if my whole goal is to be aggressive, I could take the risk of having low defense shields and just getting in their face. Blazing Bullet, Flame Sword, Rian, Ice Sword, like these tell me I want to be aggressive. In half the arsenal. The other half says that I've got a Diabolical Trick. That's playing for the super late game. That's we're going to go to the very end. A Stimulate also. I'm seldom going to want to rush with Blazing Bullet, but also wait for 7 aura. That's going to likely take 3 capsule spawns, take close to a minute before I'm attacking them. They'll be ready to do something about it. So these kind of seem suspect for the early game, and these kind of seem suspect for the late game play. And I'm worried that the arsenal might not be sure which one it's doing. The Healing Water and Blazing Bullet 1-ofs felt kind of cold to me. I would get Healing Water in my opening hand, and it would be a mulligan of an otherwise good hand. I would get Healing Water midway through the game at high health and feel unfortunate. Or I would have a Blazing Bullet, go down to 14, and I either hold it in my hand, it not being very useful, or I drop it, and then get the Healing Water right away. I think that happened on City. I was like, darn it, that sucks. That doesn't feel good. And that's the curse of consistency. We see a lot of 1-ofs in this arsenal. And a lot of these 1-ofs have synergy. I can draw any combination of these 3 Faith attacks and use them together. But if I don't have Blazing Bullet, Healing Water isn't very useful. If I don't have Healing Water, Blazing Bullet isn't very useful. They have a very high connection. For that, I feel like we'd want to focus more on either being a Blazing Arsenal, maybe adding a second Bullet, a second Healing Water, a Rafflesia Fang if you're feeling froggy, or cut down on the Healing Water, use Blazing as a hope it helps, hope it works, and just accept that I might have to drop it sometimes because I draw it at 14 health or less. Or if I die, I won't be able to use it again. I think that's okay as a 1-of in an arsenal, something that you don't always use. Stimulate felt kind of like this. There's a lot of shields that things like Rian and Willow, you notice I don't have any projectiles or skills at all that deal over 3. So we have Flash Hole. I can try to combo through a Flash Hole. It's not guaranteed. Spacing is needed, open areas are needed, timing. So obviously we have a Stimulate to help with that. But we have 1 Stimulate. And so if I'm just running a Willow into a Flash Hole, I can't dig for that 1 Stimulate. Here's another point where there could be consistency. If I was really worried about getting late game, hitting hard with the Rian, hitting hard with swords, I might consider a second Stimulate in here. Not because I want +4, -6, but because I want to draw it earlier. In fact, a second Stimulate kind of works as a Return to Nature, in that if I use one, I get Armor Roast. I can use the second one to equal out my stats. Or I can Return to Nature, and then use the second Stimulate to get back to +2, -3. A lot of options. More consistency in an arsenal where we want to do something like quick attacking. If I don't want that. I'm probably taking Stimulate out. I might even be taking Diabolical Trick out if I want to be an early game arsenal. Look at some other skills that could be early game, like some Vacuum Slashes, maybe second copy of Blazing Bullet, or second copy of another sword, or a different attack. If I want to be an early game arsenal, I feel like we kind of need to make the decision. If I was going to go early game, I probably wouldn't have Healing Water, Stimulate, and Diabolical Trick. Or maybe a second Healing Water and a second Blazing Bullet. Those are some options I could go with. If I want to be a late game arsenal, totally legitimate. I'm not going to worry about always having Blazing. Second Stimulate could go in like a spot like this. My defenses, I'd have to be really careful about. This does not take me to the late game very well. Glacial Wall deals with stuff like your Decoy Dazzle really well. This can deal with your unbuffed damage, Willow, Rian. But I'm going to run into more than that. I think it is a bit of a mistake not to have your Fortress in here, or a Vacuum Wall, or a Gust. I possibly would go to a 5th defense if this was a late game arsenal. Maybe instead of Blazing Bullet, a Fortress. I could even go Fortress and change out Angel's Wing for a Gust. These are options that could make me say, I can play the late game really well, and you're going to have to deal with me for a long time. If I had a hand of, let's say, a Fortress, an Orb, a Reincarnation, a Diabolical Trick, it would take very specific strategies to stop me from whatever I want to do at that point. A really high damage attack, or a really coordinated tag presence. As for tag presence, the only thing I'm offering to the team is a Return to Nature, and some skills that might be able to combo, getting rid of defenses with Lightning Sword. But if they have a Fortress, I'm probably relying on my partner to deal with it, and that's awkward sometimes. So we might consider some changes there. If I wanted to play a little more tag-oriented, I could easily add some Turbulences. My only skill I want to keep is Diabolical Trick. And I could try either to just not have both in my hand at the same time, replace one. That'll deal with a lot of your dashes, dazzles, things that might make your partner have a bad time. Diabolical Trick against your skills. Other than that, if I wanted to go early game, I might consider, I could go Blazing. I could also go Trance instead of Stimulate, to say that I want my damage to go higher. I want it to break Glacial Wall. I want to break Flash Hole. I want to break Angel's Wing. But I don't want to cost 7 aura. So maybe add a couple Trances, and then you have the open availability of like Fire of Gehenna or something to really pop some defenses without costing too much. These are a couple of areas I'd go with it. I really liked the sword variety when I played it. I felt like I had a lot of options to be in melee, to really abuse the enemy when they don't have the ability to fight back. Willow Rian is a go-to, almost always. Like, if you can fit 2 attacks in a Faith Arsenal, there they go. Because Rian is hard to jump, Willow is really hard to cartwheel, they're hard to shield together, just a great fit. Rian can test their defense for 6 aura before you try to shoot the Willow. Venom Fang, besides being a combo piece with a lot of these because of the speed difference, makes cartwheelers sad when they don't have shield. Have a Lightning Sword and a Venom Fang, or an Ice Sword and a Venom Fang where they can't shield. I'm going to feel really aggressive. I'm going to have a lot of power over them on a lot of maps. Not everywhere, but I think you can place the one of and say that if I'm on a map where this is good, it'll feel really good. Orb, a number of times, made me feel very comfortable when I had this in the arsenal. Definitely a one of Orb. It's pretty standard, not much to argue there. One of Orb and Return to Nature says that I can deal with most things. Like I said, I feel like Turbulence would help give me a little more safety, but it's pretty good altogether. I do like low-cost defenses with the swords. I felt like in the match I had a lot of time to play with blocking and attacking back while I had enough aura. Glacial Wall, then Lightning Sword is a good feeling, very powerful combo of skills. And I believe there's one match that just Blazing Bullet by itself, maybe with a Ice Sword, let's say, is enough to take over. Sometimes it does that. Overall, definitely a good arsenal. It was fun to play. Besides some of these non-attack defensive one-ofs that felt out of place sometimes, that could just be playstyle affecting an arsenal. could also just be a lack of consistency, was definitely really good. If you were looking for a nature faith arsenal as a starting point, these are some of the highest tier skills. The only things I'm missing that I would say are high tier nature faith skills are Armoros Watch, Turbulence, Fortress of Iron, and you could even fit that in very small switches. And then you'd have a very solid arsenal here. So if you pull on some of those levers and you wanted to try something with a skill combo, this is a good place to start. Excellent job, Evolution. Thanks for letting me play your arsenal and talking about it. Thanks for listening, Espers.